Episode 35. Breathe and remember who the fuck you are. It feels like such a long time since we talked. I just took a look at the calendar. The last episode dropped October 16th. And what a long month and a half it's been. Me, I spent 2+ weeks in Iowa. Those of you who follow me on TikTok have heard an earful about that. For those of you who don't, the visit was, I'm just going to say, a lot. Shortly after my return home, our nation held an election. It appears that the next president will be an adjudicated rapist and convicted felon. So there's that. Aside, this isn't a political podcast, but all of our lives are touched by politics, some more than others, and there's no ignoring the way the results have hit me like a Brinks truck. And it's not just me. It's affecting a huge percentage of the population. We're dealing with trauma. And I'm a white girly. I'm not even going to attempt to talk about the effects on Black women. That's a whole nother level of trauma. There's something about the choice of a rapist that is triggering for those of us who are victims of sexual assault. 1 out of every 5 women. Some statistics say 1 out of 4. Let me put it another way. Every 68 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted. Every 9 minutes, that victim is a child. A whole lot of us are being re-traumatized. But back to the Iowa trip. I'm still deconstructing it, but here are some of the things that I learned or relearned. Everyone makes decisions, and we all live with the consequences of our actions, both good and bad. Fuck around and find out. Some people refuse to be happy, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Sure, you might be able to catch them off guard and they'll crack a smile, but this isn't their default, no matter how much you try. Some people wake up looking for the worst. They are just plain miserable, and they want everyone else to be miserable too. Always the victim, always full of excuses and blame. What's more, there are people who will never be happy for another person's happiness or accomplishments either. This quote from Imani Nicole is a priceless reminder of why that's true. How happy they are for you is a direct correlation of how happy they are with themselves. Our brains create stories to help us explain the world. Most of the time, we're wrong. I see what I look for. I'm not just the main character of my life. I'm the director. I choose where I focus my attention, where I make the cuts. Who you hang out with matters. Miserable people bring down everyone around them to match their energy. People do what works for them. There's always a payback. They are getting something for acting that way. That's why they don't change. Why would they? You can't push a rope. I am powerless when it comes to helping other people. I can only control myself. I can't save anyone from the consequences of their decisions. And I get to choose whether or not, after repeated poor choices, I continue to rescue people. I teach people how to treat me. I am responsible for my own happiness. People who hurt me will not, cannot validate my pain. A subtle sign of emotional abuse is if someone repeatedly acts like nothing happened after they've mistreated you. What people do says more about them than what they say. Their actions, specifically their patterns, show you who they are. For example, when someone says, I know, after it's been pointed out that they've been rude, a reasonable person might expect that they'd apologize or even move forward with more consideration. However, for some people, I know means I know, but I will continue to choose to be rude. That's when you see that it's a pattern, and it feels like it's a choice. If after most interactions, a person feels the need to say, I probably shouldn't have said that, you know it's a choice. The choice to step away is because your actions have proven that your words don't mean a thing. A true apology is changed behavior. I care enough about me to walk away. There is so much power in not giving a fuck. If I don't care what you think of me, then I'm not trying to do whatever it takes to impress you or try to get you to like me to try to make you happy. You hold no power over me. When I'm feeling some sort of way, a support system is critical. I'm grateful for my husband for being my phone a friend lifeline, to my sister in law for always being supportive of all of her friends and for her understanding of booze as an assist, to my nephew for getting me out of the house for walks. In a nutshell, I learned that I'm not as evolved as I thought I was. My brain trots out a whole lot of unkind options, and I'm willing to ride that horse longer than I should. Moving forward, my assignment is me. For starters, I'm looking to be more mindful in how and with whom I spend my time. I've deleted my Facebook and Twitter accounts. I left Instagram months ago, never could stand that pretentious app. I'm also doubling down on self care and protecting my peace. This quote from Alex L. is where I am. Sometimes protecting your peace is letting them be loud and wrong about you. It's going to look like not giving them any of your time, energy, or effort because that's what they want. Don't take the bait. When people spread hatred and untruths about you, they are trying to get your attention. They're trying to get you to act ugly. Stay in your healing. Do not give those people your time. You know what your truth is. Stand 10 toes down on that. Remember who you are and remember what your truth is. In conclusion, my peace comes from breathing and remembering who the fuck I am. That's it for this week. Thanks for listening to My Act 4. It's good to be back. I missed you. Next time, I'd like to talk about a couple of things that I've lost recently and other things that I've decided to let go of. I'll see you next week.